Wasteland 3. Yeah. How the devil are you guys? This is Robert and I'm here to tell you that Wasteland 3 has been announced. And what can we expect this time around? Well, apparently we can look forward to vehicles that we can take with us, park up and use as cover. And, load up with the gear that we can't carry on our persons. We can look forward to environmental dangers, and I would imagine that isn't just limited to the amount of rads in the area anymore like Wasteland 2. There's going to be a more fluid action system. Think XCOM, think camera panning in on windows being smashed or enemies jumping out of from behind cover when they want to ambush you, that sort of thing. There's going to be, and this is the big one, a story-driven, synchronous or asynchronous multiplayer. I'll go back into that in a bit. There's going to be an upgradable ranger base. Yes, an upgradable ranger base. And I believe there's also a zoom in to first/third person camera for the conversations for immersion's sake, and then zoom back out to isometric for the combat. Now, what else do we know? Well, apparently you're going to start in Colorado. You're going to be Team November, I believe, and no one's going to have ever heard of the Desert Rangers. Yeah, taking it back to the roots, making it a bit harsher. Apparently the story is only going to be about 50 hours, which is shorter than Wasteland 2. I would imagine that's got something to do with the synchronization and asynchronous multiplayer, and I'll tell you why in a minute, why I think that. And the early game is going to be more of a focus on survival until you set yourself up and get yourself going. Now, the 2-player multiplayer. You're going to each have your own squad and you can stay together or split up to go off and do different things on the map at the same time. Now think of this as Wastelands 2. Remember that first decision? Who'd you save? To go and help the scientists out who are developing new foods, or do you go and help out the town that has the dam with all the water? Well, if there's 2 of you, you could split up, couldn't you? Maybe that makes it easier, maybe that makes it harder. However, the changes and the decisions you make are going to affect your other players or your friend. So if I decide to say play this with my nephew on my channel, I could say you go do that, I'll go do that, but that's not the end of it. He can play while I'm offline, and I can play while he's offline, and we can both improve or destroy each other's accomplishments. So I believe Brian Fargo said, which interview was that? I can't remember who it was with. Was it 24 someone? Anyway, in one of the interviews, I've read several dozen articles now, he said, imagine going to a settlement and there's a virus amongst all the cattle, and the solution he comes up with is he's going to kill all the cattle. Now I might wake up after my nephew's done this decision and I get a radio call saying, we want compensation, you've just wiped out all our farm animals. And then my decision to that would depend whether or not we get more enemies or more allies, and so on. Or what was another example Fargo said? You could go along and say, oh yeah, Player 2 is a deity, he's a god. When he comes to your village, treat him like a god, and then when they get there, I walk into the village and yeah, they don't want to let me leave because they believe I'm their deity. So these are nice little things, and I can believe that's why the main story should only be probably 50 hours, they should reckon. This is an estimate, it could be longer, but the longer they make the main campaign, the harder it's going to be to make all these decisions interact with each other, obviously, because there's going to be more and more decisions. So let's have, I don't mind, say 50-60 hours if they're polished, if every decision you can make has a legitimate and a logical conclusion in whichever direction it goes, because there may be 5 or 6 ways that can branch off, and all those branches need to have proper things done to them. You can't just have the Fallout 4 problem of having 4 conversation choices and each one does the same thing. No. If they're really going to make this work, they need to polish every branch. So I can understand why they would keep the length of the game down for this idea. So, with that in mind, what else is there? The vehicle that can be upgraded. As I said, you can store your goods on it, explore and survive, and use it as cover in combat, I believe. And What else? Oh, the writers are wrapping up on the game they're working on now. Is it Torment? Torment, I believe, and they're going to be rolling into Wasteland 3 pre-production. So, yeah, they're going to have some crowdfunding. I believe they got a majority of the money already from Wasteland 2's sales. I think I've read somewhere that's about 6 or 7 million, but they're going to do a fig crowdsourcing to get a few extra. I think it's about 2.5 million after, or 2.2. So something in that region. This is dollars, I believe. I would imagine it's dollars. So the plan is to release it on all the formats that they can. Xbox, PC, PlayStation, you name it. You name it, it's probably on it. I don't know, it might be on your phone for all I know. I'm only joking. No, it'll be on the dedicated gaming systems, obviously. And it's going to open, I believe the crowdsourcing is going to open on October the 5th. So if you're looking forward to another Wasteland and you don't mind putting a bit of crowdsourcing towards it and putting a bit of your hard-earned cash yourself, go ahead and do that. So yeah, what else is there? I'm happy with this concept of playing with another person and either messing with them completely or helping them out. And all this with immersive XCOM style zoom in camera for conversation and zoom back out. So yeah, there you have it. Wasteland 3 is on the horizon, which just means I've got the problem of figuring out when I'm going to get Wasteland 2 played and put on my channel. So until next time guys, this is Robbie Don, Robbie gone.